We're joined now by Behnam Ben Taleblu, Senior Director of the Iran Program at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. He joins us now from Washington. Thank you so much for your time, sir. One more day of this increasingly intense exchange of missile fire. Where is this headed next?
Great to be with you. Yes, indeed, one more day, but yet one more history-making day. The Islamic Republic is continuing to target and, in fact, widen its targeting of civilian population centers. There's some videos floating online right now that appear to show the Islamic Republic may be using its heaviest warheads ever, between 1 and 2 tons against these population centers. Again, these are videos floating around on Israeli, Iranian, and American social media. Where the war is headed is that even Israeli officials, allegedly, if you believe the latest report from the Wall Street Journal, are even considering escalating to even target the supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei.
Obviously, that would be an extraordinary escalation. Israel also saying this will take weeks, this operation. What is Israel, do you think, learning about Iran's current capabilities?
Well, given that the conflict started by the Israelis already having a pretty good intel and operational map of how the Islamic Republic would respond in the event of a strategy, it does make sense that the regime is throwing all they can at the Israelis to get them to go off balance. And as much as this is a war of capabilities, where the Israelis certainly have the technical edge and the military edge, it also will be a war of wills. And in this instance, the Islamic Republic, by turning on and turning off the fire, is trying to break the will of the Israelis. You just saw in the previous segment the issue of the sirens at night, the Home Front command app. The Islamic Republic is literally normalizing this act of terror in a bid to break the confidence of the Israelis to keep their targeting campaign against regime sites and military facilities going.
So short of targeting the supreme leader, which you noted there are some outlets suggesting that Israel would be willing to do that, if Israel were going to escalate its retaliation, I guess counter-retaliation to what Iran is now doing, what could they do? Do you think Israel, we've heard Israeli leaders say they'd burn Tehran to the ground, or is that something you would think we would start to see in coming days?
Well, you are seeing a targeting of critical infrastructure. The critical infrastructure needed to keep a war effort going, as well as to keep essentially a government functioning. That, I think, is what the Israelis were considering when they went after oil storage and oil refineries and those depots, as well as, of course, the targeting of gas facilities in Iran South. The Iranians are also, quote unquote, responding in kind. They've allegedly targeted oil facilities in and around Haifa in northern Israel. And both the fact that both countries are using high-flying and fast-flying projectiles, plus, of course, the targeting of energy, reminds at least Iranians who are old enough to remember of the Iran-Iraq War, where there was both, again, a missile war and an energy war.
Sure. Any potential for off-ramps? What would those off-ramps even be?
Well, the real X factor, both for an intensification of the fighting as well as for a significant off-ramp, dare I even say a deal, is the United States of America. The question is to what degree, diplomatically, militarily, is the U.S. willing to get involved? Does it see, for instance, that the Israelis have had success against some nuclear sites, but not all? Does that mean America comes in and, quote unquote, finishes the job? Or does that mean America comes in and gets both sides to de-escalate, and then perhaps even turns that into leverage at the nuclear negotiating table to get previously what the Iranians would say were not up to their red lines?
We'll see what happens in the coming days. Behnam Ben Taleblu, thank you so much for your time. Have a great night.